What's up, geniuses? Welcome back to For the Record. I'm your host, Rob Markman. Now, today's guest is one of the most honest and open artists that we have. The last time we spoke, we was in New York, we was in Brooklyn, we were on set, and we were talking about love songs for the streets too. Now we're back. It's a little bit different. We're being responsible. We're being socially distanced, but we still gonna get this conversation off because this new project is worth the conversation. Just because y'all waited too, by Lil Durk. Lil Durk, welcome back to For the Record, man.
So how y'all feeling?
Everything is good, man. We just trying to hang in there, do the best that we can. You know what I'm saying? How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm staying busy, staying focused.
Is it easier to be focused on your creativity at this time, or with everything going on in the world, is it a little harder?
To me, it's the same though, because if you focus no matter what's going on. And I was like super focused before it, but it make you extra focused because it make you sit back and realize about the real life. You ain't necessarily worry about Instagram. I'm saying you got family that you don't talk to that you have to realize like, damn, I ain't talked to cuz in like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like a gift and a curse for real.
Right. Man, and how's your family doing? Is everybody all right on your side?
Yeah, everybody good. Everybody good holding in. Social distance for sure.
Okay. But one thing I want to salute, man. You went out there a couple of weeks back and you was at Rush Hospital in Chicago,
Yeah,
giving out lunch from Flavor's restaurant. That's your partner's restaurant.
yeah. Shout out.
Um, and y'all were giving out lunch and food for all the essential workers on the front line, really helping to get people healthy. And I love that because, and I'm not surprised that you did it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because the content of your character, again, if you listen to Dirk's music, you know that you really care about real people in a real
yeah,
way
yeah,
and
yeah.
helping. But a lot of people may have been surprised to see it. But I just want to know from you what inspires you to help, man. What made you want to go out there and do that?
Cause I always had ideas in my head to be like, I'm finna do for the city, or I'm finna do for. But I live in Atlanta, so it'd be like, okay, what hospitals in Atlanta, or what can we do to jails? I'm saying, let's get something going. But it's like, let's do Chicago. I'm saying it hit different when it's your city. Like I'm saying, help is help, no matter where you at, where you from. But it's like it just hit different when it's from your hometown. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad we got the chance to do it and just see them smile.
Nah, that's dope, man. And quite often again in the media, you hear about all the terrible things that go on in Chicago, but really it's community based. Again, when you kind of talk about the streets, your streets that a lot of it is pulling people together that and putting people on an opportunity
Yeah.
or just sending love to people. I know you take a lot of jail calls too, man. You talk about that a lot in your music. A lot of your partners going through different situations. Is there any insight how your people's in lockdown are dealing with the COVID, or because that's the side that we don't hear too much of, man. And I know they might be going through it.
Yeah, no, actually, I just missed like 6, 7 calls. But I'm saying, yeah, they going through it. Like it's like one of the worst times, worst ever to even be in jail. I'm saying because you're sick. It's like they don't really do nothing about it. Then if they do overly do it, it's like yeah, I ain't finna tell them. Like that's how some just end up doing. Like I ain't finna tell them I got it, or I ain't finna tell them my symptoms. But they ain't doing nothing but spreading it. So the jails got it like real bad. I'm saying, so it's nothing you can really do. It's nothing you can really do. Just all I could do is tell them just stay away from everybody. Just keep washing your hands, keep showering, and stuff like that. Because it's really nothing you can do.
It's crazy. It's unprecedented times, man, and we hope that everybody who's watching, all the fans and stuff, get through this safely and healthy. Um, I want to get to the music though, man. Just because y'all waited too. The way I understand it, the way you explained it to me last time, you record nonstop, and then you and your team really kind of take the records and organize them into projects. Just because y'all waited too, the original one came at a pivotal time in your career. It was like right after you split from Def Jam. Like these are like statements that you wanted to make at that time. What inspired the second one? What made you want to put the title on this second one?
Because it's like we going through the same course. On the waiting on like the big project like Metro. And it's like why we doing the social distancing and I'm saying because he not really going to the studio like that, and he got to finish the situation with 21 Savage. They gonna come out then. I'm saying so it's just like just cause y'all waited too, like the perfect time. Everybody in the house, and just cause y'all waiting on Metro, and we just put like some hard ass songs together. That I know that the world gonna fuck with.
So you have this hard drive. You know that you're doing just because y'all waited to, and you have a hard drive full of music. What's the music? What's the songs that you start to pull from to add on to this one? Like, what's that process?
I want it to mostly be pain songs. Know what I'm saying? But I got a little twist to it, like the Gunna song, Gucci Gucci. What else? It's just different vibes. Like doing too much. You got trifling hoes, like shit like that, like just different type of up tempo beats, like outside of the viral moments and the 248s and all that.
Right. Nah, trifling hoes had one of my favorite lines. It's just cold because when you said you told her I forget how you rhymed it, but you was like, "Yo, I could see your cousins now with their faces on your shirt."
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. You got them you got the girls, them tough ass cousins.
Right.
"Oh, you make my cousin mad or hurt, I'ma" stop playing.
I feel like you ever use that line in real life, or did that just come to you cleverly in the
I just it
studio?
just cleverly. It's just clever.
Nah, it's little shit like that, man, that
It be
made me
real
laugh.
though. It be for real though. Like, damn. Everybody go through it. I try to hit certain points where relating in all ways, even if it's pain, even if it's talking shit, even if it's gambling, I don't care. As
Mm.
long as you can relate to it, I want to produce it to you.
Turn Myself In is one of those tracks. It's an older track. It had been released. It's a fan favorite. People knew what you was going through at that time in your life. Honestly, that could have went on the last project because it was out in time, but you saved it and you put it right here again. What talk about that decision? Why is this project more suitable for Turn Myself In?
Because the way I structured it, the way the songs is, it was like it'll fit like perfect for it. And for the people that didn't hear it or who heard it but don't know where to find it, I think it's just a perfect place to put it.
Yeah, nah, it's dope. Again, too, man. That's what I always say this about people. Like, if you want to know what's going on with Dirt, you can just listen to the music
Listen,
because it's all in there.
it's a message in every song. I don't care if we going humming. It's a message. Like that's my goal, just on the music side. Period.
Viral moment. Um, I fuck with that record, man. You talk about relating to the streets and not always rapping about the money or the rich and Millie, and just relating in the streets to the way that people can understand. But you're really in a different space. So how do you balance that, like your reality now, but maybe still relating to the people from where you came from that don't see the success that you see?
I'm really past that stage to be like, man, trust me, believe me, bro, it's gonna happen. I'm saying I just work, let them see it for themselves. But as far as relating, it's like I still talk to the jails. I still talk to the streets. I still talk to the athletes. I still talk to the rappers. Everybody have problems. Like I just sit and have a conversation with you, and you'll be like, "Man, Section 8 finna go up this year, but it's finna." You know what I'm saying, and I find a way to put it my own way, like in the music. So that means you gonna relate to it. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is to grow fans, and I think by me just relating to them and talking to them, see what they going through, even talk to the females a certain way, just growing more fans. No, that's my goal.
I know some real who will lose it all for a viral moment. What inspired that lyric? Like, was there something that you seen that you was like, this finna be a whole song?
People just fall out with the wrong people for clout. People do it for the wrong reasons. Like it'd be a stand up guy who you'll look up to. He probably tell, or he probably snake somebody that he love. Do it.
David Ruffin. We heard David
Yeah,
Ruffin.
like it just. You know what I'm saying, it's real,
Mm.
just to go viral.
How do you avoid that, keeping your stuff for the internet? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just don't do it.
just don't do it.
Yeah, it's like I before I post anything, I make sure everything is on point. If I have a situation with one of my brothers, and if I had a picture to post and I had something to say about it, if I feel like if I post it and it's gonna feel like it's towards him, I won't post it till we resolve it. You know what I mean? If we bump heads and you post something with a caption, even if it ain't got nothing to do with me, it's like, damn, you changing up. Like this shit going on. You know we into it. You know what I'm saying? I just try to move real strategic, like personal lifestyle, relationship, musically, who I hang with, who I decide to hang with, who I hang with off camera. Like everything got to be strategically moved.
Huh. I mean, there's a lot at stake.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Internet sensation is another one of those ones. Again, if you want to know what's going on with Dirt, listen to the music. Um, at the beginning of the year, there were rumors about you and your lady India breaking up and cheating and this and that. And you actually went on IG to dead that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like you made
yeah,
a little statement on IG and said India 3 coming soon.
It's never like that's why I'm saying shit like that. Like she not even that type of female. But you would see what's going on in the world with rappers and they girls, and they'd do something and they'd be like, "Oh, this what goes on with rapper girl." I'm saying she not like that. Like she don't cheat. She don't. Usually I just don't even address nothing. But for them to try to put it on her name, I'll be like, "Yeah,
Yeah, that's why it was like rare again just to see you do the IG
yeah."
story about it.
It
But
pissed me off a little bit.
that you had to do it.
No, that just to have quick there to say something, you'll be like, "Where you come from? Who
Uh,
said it? Who started this?"
so the song "Internet Sensation" was that written in a response to that situation? Was it after that you wrote that?
The studio. Yes, I say it's different for me because I stay like in the studio so much, and I'm so creative. You would think like, "Oh, this would, I've been made that song.
Wow,
I've been made it." Like if I feel good, we have a conversation, I make the song that night.
right, that's dope. Like, nah, that's super ill, man. And then
I'm like a mood rapper. I'm gonna say that. Whatever mood I'm in, that's the type of studio. That's what I'm going to the studio and do.
the India 3, we still getting part 3.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is it finished yet? Is
I'm
it on
going.
the hard drive
I'm going.
already?
I'm going to 99.
That's dope, man. I salute that. You got a real like the whole thing is real, but it was a lyric that stood out to me that said, I got a habit and I like it that you don't judge me. And it's so fucked up that I'm glad to be a junkie, to fall in love, to say I've been afraid. I'm mixing lean with the lyrical lemonade.
Yeah.
Um, first of all, shout out to Cole Bennett. You know what I'm
Shout
saying? That was,
out. Now you rapping that, I'm listening to it like I ain't never heard. Oh damn, that shit hard.
yeah, because you probably recorded it and put it on the hard drive and then listen to it again.
I said it to her. It's over with. Don't send music out no more.
That's funny. But talk about that, man. I thought it was interesting the thing, I got this habit and you don't judge me. And it's fucked up that I'm glad to be a junkie. I just wanted to get into what you was really getting at there. Because junkie is a strong word. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
like
saying?
I used to take perks a lot. I used to take a lot of perks, and I used to sip like a lot of lean. We don't look at weed like I'm a junkie, but you look at like pills and shit like that, and I was like heavy on it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was off camera, like, and then she was like, she'll never judge me. She'll just be like, you gotta, I'm saying, you gotta weave off them. You gotta chill. You gotta fall back and find you. She'll never be like, you a junkie. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I respect it. Like, okay, bet. Time to go to the studio. You make me feel good.
So where you at now with the perks? Have you came off of it or
Yeah, I,
or
I, I weaved off it a lot. Like I weaved off it a lot.
so
I'm saying,
not,
if you was addicted to them in the past, it's like you can't just go cold turkey. Like I'm saying,
right. I
that's what.
mean, with anything, with any addiction,
Yeah,
right?
nothing because it's like sieges and all of like you got to weave off them. But long as you trying your best to get off them, fuck with everybody else. I'm out.
That's dope though. Again, man, salute to your lady also because having somebody in your corner to help you do it and not feel like they judging you because at the end of the day, I'd imagine Dirt and you rap about it too. You take care of a lot of people and you look out for a lot of people, be it financially, support wise, whatever. And then it's like, man, who's gonna be there to take care of you when you might not need that help and you might need some strength for somebody to get you through something.
Yeah, and I can honestly say everybody I take care of got my back 1,000.
That's
I'm
dope.
saying I put myself in a position where it's like if I know you can't help me or I can't fuck with you for real, I want to depend on you.
Mm.
Them the favors. Huh? With other shit I got going, like family fast, I take care of the jails, family, girl. I'm saying kids, everything that's important.
That's dope, man. A lot of people can't say that, man. A lot of people, I think, give, especially when it's first generation rich. For a lot of people, it's like, man, you the first one in your whole circle with that type of success, and a lot of times it don't come back. So to have it come back, you blessed for sure. Different meaning. You had this line that said, "They told me to get up out the streets. You could go back to school." Um, if you chosen to go to school, if you had chosen that path, right? What profession do you think you would have chose if it wasn't for music and you were school? Where else do you think you might have found some success?
It's crazy because I like science. It's like I'm into the galaxy. Like I want to do shit like that. Like that was always how I seen myself. Like man, I got to get into that galaxy. I got to be doing this, doing that. But in reality, it's like the way we grew up is like, man, you crazy. You drunk. What is a scientist? That's how they look at it. But it's written as, but it's actually like, man, you either gonna play basketball or rap.
That's
It wasn't,
crazy.
yeah, and it wasn't basketball. Like I was nice, but I wasn't really nice back then.
Right. You got the jumper though. I saw you All Star Weekend on the
Yeah,
gram. Like,
like I can like it's so crazy, bro, because I can play. It's like I can play like I can shoot, I can score, I can pass, I can dribble. But back then it was like do a 3-man weave, and you'll be like, what the fuck is that? Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? But
nah, I feel you.
yeah, but I'm glad everything came out how it came though. I'm saying because that's the reason I got my story.
Mm. That's dope though too. And now you got your kids
Yeah.
also that you're present in their life. Do they come to you? Because I think that's like a real kid thing, right? And a lot of times we talk kids out of they biggest dreams. So you might be like 6, 7, 8 years old. Yo, I want to be an astronaut. I want to go to space. I want to man get out of here. That ain't real. Like, do you have those type of conversations with your kids? Like, how does your success now encourage your kids that they don't have to just look at basketball or rap? Like, you know what I mean?
I be having a conversation with my older son, like just trying to tell him um about a lot of stuff. But anything he put his mind to, I'm supporting it. Like if you want to be a UFC fighter, if you want to be a doctor, I'm behind it because we never had nobody with that push. Like you can't tell nobody you can't be the next Jay Z, next Michael Jordan, because they put a cap on it.
All Star Weekend. I want to go back, man, because you mentioned the project with Metro Boomin, No Auto Durk. All Star Weekend, you took out a big band in your city. You know what I'm saying? Which I felt like y'all can't back out on the album now. We're gonna have to get that album.
Yeah. No, we ain't gonna back out for sure. It just like you got to find marketing ways to be like, hey, everybody gonna see this. Hey, everybody gonna know. Okay, Dirk is Chicago. You know what I'm saying we just came up with the idea with the coming soon.
Talk about the concept of No Auto Dirk though, man. Because if I got it right, was it based off of criticism that people were saying like you can't do it without the auto tune? Was that the impetus behind it?
That was some,
Right.
but it was just a vibe, like dropping a No Auto song and getting a plaque from it. Like we got a plaque off a remix. So it was like, okay, bet they like this type of vibe. And I'm saying I just want to feed all angles. Go hit 'em with the pain, then hit 'em with the No Auto, then I'm saying so I just want to cover base. Then if you're an artist, you just giving the fans what they want.
What are some of the other things that you think you could do with your career that people won't expect?
Um, I don't know. I don't put no cap. Like if I want to do something and I don't know how to do it, I'll learn it.
Mm.
Like no matter how long it take, and I feel that I can do anything.
What was it like putting together Three Headed Goat? You, Lil Baby, Polo G. I felt like that's one of them statement records. Like I felt like y'all all went hard.
You know what's so crazy, bro? Honestly, me and Baby was in the studio, and it was one of the last records we did, and it wasn't even finished. And we had it just like that. And my engineer from overseas had the hard drive had crashed. So a lot of songs I couldn't get the sessions to. So it was just that song with some open space on it. And I hit Polo G like a couple weeks ago to hop on it.
That's hard though, man. Like that record is definitely like, especially too because so much of the album I feel like is kind of like internet sensation. You know what I'm saying? Like viral moment, trifling hoes, like, and that one just hit different. You know what I'm saying? All Love is another one, but Three Headed Goat when it come on, it just is one of the harder records.
Yeah, it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And once again, just Polo going crazy, Baby going berserk, just vibing, just getting the fans what they need and what they want.
Broke Up in Miami is another one. I'm just like, dog, what is going on with you?
Broke up for 5 minutes.
That quick. Um, Fabricated. Fabricated is a record that makes me wonder. What's the wildest rumor you heard about yourself?
Yeah, it's not really too much, nothing too much I look at or even pay attention to. Honestly, I don't like to get caught up in that.
Right. Nah, that's dope though. But nah, man, I just wanted to catch up with you, man, and salute you. Like, if I'm being honest, when we sat down last year for Love Songs, that was one of my favorite interviews that I did last year, just because I felt like it was, sometimes it's a game between media and artists, and I just felt like that was a real conversation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
our ours was bad. Nah, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It was
Like,
no agenda. It
yeah,
was just
the
conversational.
interview we had and the interview I had with Wallow, like,
Right.
in my whole career, like, them the best 2 interviews I had.
Nah, man,
It
that's
was
dope. So
real. It wasn't just like, "No, what's the outdate? What's your favorite song? What you working on? Alright, bet, interview over." It was like we get into details and I'm saying, like, them
yeah,
real interviews that you can express and people will, like, listen to and look and be like, "Oh, I ain't know that."
right. Nah, man, and I respect that about you because I feel like you put that in your music. So you deserve that level of engagement. Like you just don't. It's not just the surface shit. Like you put a lot into your music. Whenever you drop something, man, like you always welcome to Genius, man. We can always sit down. We can always chop it up and break it down, man. Because
And,
you
you
one
know,
of
I
those ones.
appreciate y'all. Y'all always show love and we finna get it going. We gotta definitely come back. Me and Metro got to be on here together when this come out because it's gonna be a movie.
Listen, man, if you can get Metro, man, we've been trying to get. You know, Metro like real mysterious, man. He don't come
Yeah,
out for
yeah,
everything.
that's how you do it. But like we gonna rock, we gonna lock. I'm telling you.
That's love. It's gonna be special, man. I appreciate you, man. Yo, once again, stay safe, keep the family safe, and you know, I look forward to just vibing with this. I got to hear it a couple of times, but you know, just because y'all waited too, it's really for the fans, man. So all of y'all in the comments, you know, hit us up. Tell us your favorite tracks. Tell us your favorite lines. The shit you love about Dirk. I'm gonna be in there in the comments with y'all, commenting and shit like that.
Make all the TikToks, all the trailers, all the videos. We going crazy.
Of TikToks is important, man. Yo,
Hell yeah.
if they had to make a TikTok off of one song, what do you think?
I don't want to force them. I want them to surprise me.
Listen, I think viral moment could be a one, but then I also could see people doing some real stupid shit. It could it could go left
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they
yeah,
try
yeah,
to do it
yeah.
off a viral moment.
Yeah, facts.
All right, man. But yo, get back to your family, get back to your work, man. Thank you for taking the time, and we see you next time.